SOG, bitch. What I fucking say? SOG, dog.
What?
Son of God.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Yo Romero, Soldier of God.
Soldier
you got to
of
be
God.
more clear about this shit.
Soldier of God. That's his name, right? Yeah.
That's his nickname.
I wonder if it is Son of God or Soldier of God. I think it's Son of God.
Who?
For Ward. Andre
It's
Ward.
Son of God.
He goes by SOG.
Yeah, and Yo Romero's a Soldier of God.
Soldier of God. Okay, Jesus. Don't forget Jesus.
Then you have me, the Texas Rattlesnake. It's SOB, son of a bitch. What?
Don't forget Jesus.
Don't forget Jesus.
Don't forget Jesus.
Don't forget Jesus.
Dude, Yo Romero's going to get a title shot. What do you feel about that?
Boy. Yeah. I see you, boy.
I love you.
I love you, boy.
I love you, Michael Bisping.
Hey, easy.
See you soon, boy. Damn, super racist. Yo, Romero, you are a fucking travesty. He's going to get a title shot. What do you think about that?
I think I'm going to go ahead and make the call now, and you're going to hear later whenever the fight actually happens. Bisping's going to pick his ass apart for 5 rounds and beat him in a unanimous decision.
It's pure boxing.
I'm going to go ahead. If Bisping's the underdog, I may put a bet on this fight, depending on how big he is.
I got on DraftKings. No, we're not sponsored by DraftKings yet, but I just got on DraftKings. And I'm liking it so far.
You lost money already, right?
I haven't lost that money. I put some money on tonight's game.
Who you got? So tonight, Monday night, we got
the Raiders.
Raiders. Oh, you know what I've been
Raiders
reading?
Houston.
Oh my God, dude. The guy I was playing in fantasy football had Rob Kelly last night. Fucked me. Literally 30.
Are you trying to file complaints, or is that what you're trying to do? Because I'm the wrong guy to be talking to.
I'm trying to give a compliment. No, but I was going in. I was like, okay, I got a Monday night. I still got Amari Cooper. I still got
Lamar Miller out, dude.
Lamar Miller, and I got Derek Carr.
You have Amari Cooper, Lamar Miller,
and Derek Carr. But I'm down by 57 points now because of Rob Kelly.
But he can kind of make that, I think.
I hope so.
If they each get
20-ish
points.
Yeah. So I'm kind of hoping like a 4-touchdown performance from Derek Carr. Amari
4-touchdown performance. With that Houston defense, maybe.
Exactly. And then, maybe 1 to 2 slinging it to Amari Cooper, double
for
up on
sure,
some points.
Though, Houston Texans need to go back to the Oilers.
I agree.
Let's just do it. I mean, the most irrelevant team in the league is probably the Houston Texans.
So how about those Cowboys, though?
How about them goddamn Cowboys putting a beating on the rough and tough Baltimore Ravens? Start off bad, but it wasn't bad. We held them to 7 for the first quarter, or for the first quarter. Came back. I think it was 14-17. No, 10-10 going to the half. Tough defense, man.
Tough defense. Tough first half.
Tough defense. But again, our defense held it 10-10 during the half. We came back, regrouped, and shut that shit down coming back. Cowboys are now 9-1. Think about that. 9-1. What if I told you, hey, brother, this time next year, Trump is gonna be president.
I would have been like,
McGregor has won 2 divisions in UFC.
I would have been like,
145, 152, knocking out Eddie Alvarez in a not so closest fight.
I would have said, I could see that.
And Cowboys are 9-1 with a rookie quarterback.
I wouldn't have believed you. I would have slapped you right in your face.
Excuse me, sir. I would have judo chopped you in the fucking neck.
Judo chop.
Everyone knows I'm fucking dyslexic, bro.
I was about to say, like, what? What do the Jews have to do?
I wanted
to
say jiu-jitsu, but I was gonna say that.
Yep.
Dude,
so anyway, man,
fucking crazy season has been for the Cowboys. We're best in the league, but dude, I think our biggest threat, you know who it is?
Tony Romo. Oh
no,
wait,
no.
I thought you were saying because he's gonna come in and
Seahawks.
Oh, absolutely.
Seahawks notoriously known for being good at the later half of the season.
Exactly.
Russell Westbrook is on a roll.
Well, Russell Westbrook plays for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Russell Wilson quarterbacks.
Dude, they're both light skinned. It's hard to tell. And I just got super red. That's how you save yourself from an embarrassing moment.
Is this Trump's America?
You get racist.
Is this Trump's America?
You get racist. They're both light skinned.
Man.
Come on, man.
Anyway, so yeah, I agree with you. I agree. I don't know, man. If the Cowboys keep playing like this, I wouldn't be surprised if we either see if it's between the Seahawks and the Cowboys, which I think it's going to be, it's either going to be them and the Patriots rematch or Cowboys Patriots.
But I think all we need to do with the Patriots is just stay on offense. If we can keep them on defense for 40% of the game, or whatever, because I think we were like on offense for like 9 minutes with the Seahawks. The last drive with the Seahawks, with the Ravens, we're like on offense for a 9-minute drive. That's fucking crazy. What I heard, something like that. I don't know. I'm probably making shit up. Most likely, I'm making shit up. But to think that we can probably keep the Patriots on a defensive level, we can limit their scores, limit the time that Tom Brady's on the field, and let the defense do all the work, or offense do all the work. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and they can definitely do that with the running game, with the 1-2 they got with
Morris and Zeke.
Yep,
who didn't get too much play. Didn't have too much success, man.
Nope. But
Dak was there. Dak and Dez had a great connection. Did a two-peat. I fucking love that combination. And then of course Beasley getting some as always. Mm-hmm. Always too much sauce. So great weekend of football. Tonight is like you said, the Houston Texans versus
Oakland Raiders.
Who you got in that game?
I'm gonna take the Raiders.
I think Raiders by at least 2 possessions. Boom, because that's what I put on DraftKings. If you sign up now on the DraftKings and type in the Beatdown Podcast, you will get absolutely nothing. But check out DraftKings. They're not sponsors of this podcast, by the way. So yeah, man, moving it on. What do we have? We had a lot of fights this weekend.
We'll talk about the less important stuff, then we'll talk about the big boxing fight. Okay. So I guess not really less important,
it's
just
less important.
Wow.
Insignificant.
Insignificant.
I would say 2 out of the 4 fights this weekend were kind of pointless.
Some of well, let's start with Bellator.
Okay.
So Bellator 165, they actually probably had the best MMA card of the weekend. Yeah, I don't even think we had enough time to talk about it last week.
I'm kind of sad that we didn't go over it. Then I didn't get to watch it.
So we had in the co-main event was what's his name? Michael Venom Page, who's like the breakout star from Bellator lately.
Yeah. Striking clinic.
Yeah, striking
monster. Literally, Dr. Break Your Face.
Yeah. And Mr. Steal Your Girl, they say. I don't know. I didn't say that.
Dude's a good-looking dude. He's
some people say that. But they had Michael Page, and he was going up against a wrestler, Fernando Gonzalez.
Yeah.
This went 3 rounds. I didn't watch these Bellator fights, but this went 3 rounds, and it was a split decision win for Michael Page. Yeah, very, very close fight, apparently. Apparently, he had issues with the wrestling from Gonzalez.
You saw his struggle with wrestling when he actually fought Cyborg Santos. He was able to take him down, kind of work him on the ground for a little bit before he ate that devastating knee to the face. But I can see with typically with these good strikers, they run into problems with wrestlers. A good, strong wrestler, again, you have Conor McGregor, great striking, had problems with Chad Mendes. Of course, that didn't fucking matter because he ended up piecing him up. He ended up piecing up Barney Rubble anyway. But usually when you have great strikers, wrestling is their downfall. They don't seem to be that great on the ground and take that defense. But Michael Venom Page, one of the bigger names or up and coming names in Bellator, someone that can really sell that brand, sell Bellator, put Bellator on his back. So that's good. He got a win. It was a tough win. They run into these tough wins. So shout out to Michael Page.
Yeah, he's fighting at 170 pounds. So it really makes me think like what would Michael Page do against some of the elite wrestlers from the 175?
Yeah, like a Paul Daly. Who's still a striker, but
you factor in the elite wrestlers from the UFC at 170 pounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure.
I think if you're comparing to the UFC, I think he'll have problems with Johnny Hendricks.
I don't know. I think he could piece up Johnny Hendricks just because of the stamina issues.
Yeah.
But you give him guys
and the reach. That's a big decisive reach and disadvantage for Hendricks. He's already a short 170er.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of elite wrestlers at the 170, but I think there's probably guys enough if they made the weight and came in healthy, like you said, like Hendricks, Gastelum, that they could probably control him.
Or
probably even Gunnar Nelson
Carlos
could
Condit,
probably control him.
Yeah, Carlos Condit, who's versatile in striking, but also get some good wrestling down as well. So
I mean, what would someone like Damian Maia do to Michael Page?
It's gonna be nasty. I don't think. Well, he has a very
anaconda like he's Jennifer Lopez.
He has a very Taekwondo style fighting style, so he's in and out real quick, picking his shots. He can cover that distance really well, but I think with someone as sound and as seasoned as Damian Maia, he gets his back and chokes him out. It's almost tough. Like in the first couple minutes of the fight. So yeah, it's tough, man. But then again, he does that to everybody, so it's not like I'm not discrediting Michael Page for any reason, but fucking Damian Maia will get your back and choke anyone out. So
exactly. So then in the main event, there's Michael Chandler versus Ben Henderson. Michael Chandler won also by split decision. For sure, stop getting split decisions anyway. But yeah, so that was like the big. I guess that was the big challenge for Michael Chandler. To me, I don't know what other threat there is. Or he's going to fight Pitbull, or he can fight the other Pitbull.
He can fight the other Pitbull. Yeah. He can fight both Pitbulls at the same time.
He'd probably beat them both.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's where does Michael Chandler go from here?
I think they run it back, man. It's a fight that's gonna sell. I mean, not sell because it's not on pay-per-view. But if I had the time, because obviously I picked the boxing match over Bellator. But if I had the time to go watch the fight, I would have watched it. And I don't mind seeing. I'm always entertained watching Benson Henderson fight. He keeps it interesting, and of course Michael Chandler, he's always exciting. He had those great fights with Eddie Alvarez. He has knockout power. You saw that when he knocked out Patricky Pitbull. So I don't know, man. I think they run it back with him and Benson. Again, it was a close fight. So plenty of opportunities to make it a trilogy, or at least run it back once. So. But that's kind of weird, man. What do you think is the deal with Benson, man? Because a year ago, to tell me, he's gonna fight Michael Chandler, I was like, that's Benson Henderson all day. You talking about the former lightweight champion of the world, former WEC lightweight champion of the world, the guy that dominated Donald Cerrone, choked him out, the one that beat Frankie Edgar, So
right. They don't have really a big stable of fighters yet. What I think may be a good idea for Bellator to do is to have maybe their 145 featherweight champ Daniel Strauss go up to 155 and challenge for the title.
I think they're just making these big moves unnecessary right now. I think they should start off slow. I think they should do it slow. Because I don't know who the 145-pound champion is for Bellator.
He's a beast.
Is he? Because I don't know, and no one else would know. Why make that risk factor of two champions fighting each other when there's no buzz behind it? You know what I mean? I think you keep the buzz going. You have the big name in Benson Henderson. Make the rematch happen. Here early summer next year or whatever. However long they want to take over, March of next year, and then just go from there. You know what I mean?
Michael Chandler really needs to be in the UFC.
Yeah, but it's kind of like now you're taking all the everything away from Bellator. They're working hard. They're making these moves, right? They just signed. I just announced it. They just signed Fedor to fight Mitrione. And as much as you say Fedor doesn't need a fight, you're gonna watch the fight if Fedor's fighting. People are gonna watch. The Russians are gonna fucking watch. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So, you're definitely going to watch. Putin's going to be there.
Is he? I'd be really disappointed.
I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, UFC's going to Russia 2017. You never know.
So is Trump, baby.
So is Trump, baby. Emperor Trump, to be exact. I think Michael Chandler's going to stay loyal to Bellator and stick with them. I think they treat them good. I think they treat their champions very well. They obviously need to keep them content because it's so easy for those champions to just leave Bellator and go to UFC. So I think.
But do they treat them well? Because they just let Will Brooks just walk away like nothing after he was champ.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't work for Bellator, so I can't.
I'm sure the everybody knows about the whole UFC and the Reebok thing. I'm sure Bellator being able to have more opportunities and stuff like that to be able to go out and make your own money.
Yeah, but with the casual fan, no one knew who Will Brooks was. We know who Will Brooks was.
But that's because they don't push him though. And the only reason people really know Michael Chandler
is that they don't push him or they don't push themselves.
It's probably a combination of both. But I mean,
to blame that on one organization, I think it's unfair. I think
So okay, let's go through the world champions then. So you got Daniel Strauss.
Yeah.
You don't know who he is.
Don't know.
Okay, Douglas Lima.
No, Douglas Lima, the 170 champion, right?
Okay,
yeah.
How do you know Douglas Lima?
Because he fought
Koreshkov,
and he knocked him out, and he fought Paul. I saw him fight Paul Daly.
And where did Paul Daly come from?
UFC.
Okay. Phil Davis,
UFC.
How do you know UFC? Okay. Eduardo Dantas.
Don't know who he is.
The bantamweight champion. Michael Chandler, obviously you know him. Why do you know him? Because he had wars with Eddie Alvarez, and Eddie Alvarez is now in the UFC.
Well, I knew about those fights before he was in UFC.
Right.
And I'm sure you did too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I watched them.
Yeah, you watched all three.
That first one was a barn burner. Yeah. Rafael Calao.
Don't know.
No, that's their middleweight champ. Never heard of. I know who he is, but probably most people don't. Who has he fought? You know what I mean?
I mean, Bellator should make it reach out for Ben Asterix, the fucking wrestling guy that's beating up all the Asians over there in K1. I mean, what's it called? FS. What's it? Fucking 1XC or some shit like that. I don't know.
No, damn it. Not Pride.
Not Ryzen. It's K1, isn't it? No,
it's not K1. It'll come to me. Just keep going. It'll come to me.
I don't know, but he's beating up all those Asian dudes at the 170 division. Then he get his ass over here to Bellator where he can make some noise. Maybe eventually go to UFC. I don't know. He's kind of boring. I saw one of Ben Askren's fight, and he literally was about to get his ass whooped by some guy, but the other guy ended up getting injured and had to pull the fight. So I don't know. I don't watch too many of his fights just because he is kind of boring, honestly. You know what I mean? He's gonna get you down and wear you out, and he's been dominating over there for a while. So. But yeah, man, I don't know. Bellator, I think Bellator is strong. And again, I would have loved to see this card, which is surprising why they didn't make this card on a Friday, because they usually have Bellators on Fridays. And think how much ratings they would have got if they left it on Friday. You know what I mean? Like, I would have watched it on Friday night. I thought Bellator was on Friday, and I was looking forward to the fight. I made a nice sandwich. You know,
did you? What did you put on your sandwich?
I put in a real standard turkey sandwich. Bought it from the Bears. No, what's this shit called? Bears from the HEB deli. Yeah, nice turkey sandwich. Yeah, ready to watch these. Avocado on there. Avocado spread. Ready to watch these Bellator fights just to find out they're on Saturday. Like, what the fuck? Why are you gonna put it on? It was
a bad decision.
Why are you gonna put it on one of the biggest? Not only you're going against HBO boxing, but you're going against UFC, which is also free. Like, you should have just kept it on Friday, and you would have. I think there would have been a big difference in ratings.
Yeah. So anyway, those are the two Bellator fights that happened. I didn't watch either one of them, and then we also had UFC going. We had two events of UFC, so it was sandwiched with UFC. And add the boxing on. A lot
of fighting this weekend, and I didn't get to see any.
So the first UFC was from, I think it was like Poland or
Belfast, Ireland.
We only covered the main event, Gegard Mousasi, Uriah Hall, and we both got it right. Gegard Mousasi wins by TKO.
And
round one.
Was it round one or round two? Round one. All right. Wow, took him out of there, and me and you both kind of saw like we both went with Gegard Mousasi just by saying what Uriah Hall is going to show up. Obviously, the Uriah Hall, who is supposed to be the next Anderson Silva, that was dominating in the Ultimate Fighter, is not the Uriah Hall that showed up this Saturday. And it went.
You never know who you're gonna get either with him. It's like you either get
that dude's mind is his worst enemy, man. His mind, his I don't know, lack. I don't want to say. Yeah, I want to say his questionable heart can get him in trouble a lot. He just lost the guy fighting this weekend, Derek Brunson. Now another loss to Gegard Mousasi, first round TKO. Is he in trouble to getting cut?
I don't know if he's in trouble to getting cut, but I don't know where you go to rebuild it here. You know what I mean? Like you're looking at it now. He's dropped all the way down to number 13. You're down there with Tim Bosch, Dan Henderson, Talis Lates. You're
Dan
below
Henderson-
Tim Kennedy.
Dan Henderson's ranked.
You're below Tim Kennedy,
Wow.
who hasn't fought
In almost 2 years.
Yeah. You're below Derek Brunson, Robert Whitaker, Anderson Silva, who still has one leg. And so now, saying all that, Gegard Mousasi's ranked 5 now by UFC rankings.
Yeah.
5. Above him, Mike Bisping, Yoel Romero, Rocco Jacare, Chris Weidman. That's it. He's making a huge push for a title fight.
Yeah.
He was a champion over in Strikeforce, I believe. When he was in Strikeforce.
I think he beat
Jacare.
No, I think he beat Tim Kennedy for that fight. I think. I don't know. I can't be sure. But I forget how many Strikeforce people are now champions, man.
There's tons of them.
Dude, Strikeforce had a good thing going over there, man.
Yeah, they were fun to watch.
So
look at this. He was on a 4-fight win streak. Talis Lates, Thiago Santos, Vitor Belfort, and now Uriah Hall. This guy's knocking at the door right now.
This kid, man. Who's he fight next at 185?
Who he fights next? Oh, that is tough.
Weidman.
I can see the Weidman match.
Weidman coming off a loss. It was a bad TKO, but something that he can probably rebound from. We'd never seen Weidman get hurt like that before. So, with Rockhold, but oh shit, man, 2 TKOs back to back. I don't know. I would consider Yoel Romero a KO because he was pretty out of it over Rockhold. Wow, man, Weidman 2 KO losses back to back. That's tough, man. That's tough to see.
I like the match between you already have Mike Bisping and Yoel Romero booked. Chris Weidman's probably still trying to find his brain. You got Rockhold on the shelf for a little bit. Who's he fighting next? Rockhold.
Well, Rockhold was supposed to fight Jacare, right?
Right, but that fight fell through because
now Jacare Mousasi.
Yes,
boom. That's
what I was going to say. Is Jacare needs to fight Mousasi?
They fought before, haven't they?
I think they fought. I think the last time they fought was in Strikeforce
a while back.
Let's see. Yeah, that would make. I mean, Jacare
that makes the
ready.
most sense.
No, absolutely, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It makes
title eliminator now that because Jacare's been at the cuff too. You put them in the ring, have them fight it out. Yoel Romero's up next, fights Bisping. The winner out of that, the winner out of Jacare Mousasi fights the winner out of
the last. Okay, no. So this I'm looking at Rockhold's. No, Jacare's. So Jacare, whenever he was in Strikeforce, he beat Ed Herman, he beat Derek Brunson, he beat Bristol Marooned. He lost to Rockhold. He beat Robbie Lawler. He beat Tim Kennedy. The last time he fought Gegard Mousasi was for a championship, and Gegard Mousasi, who won, was Dream 6, September 23rd, 2008.
Oh, shit.
I think we're time for a rematch here.
It's time for a rematch.
It's time for a rematch. It's 8 years later. So, yeah, I like to fight, and I think it makes sense. Winner of that gets a title fight next. What do you think?
Absolutely. All right, let's move it on. Who we got?
I'm glad we did the UFC's job anyway.
Yeah. Still haven't seen a check, so
yep.
Anytime.
So then we had a UFC in Brazil. Also
Brazil.
This is Brazil. Thomas Almeida versus Albert Morales. Well, first of all, your girl was fighting Claudia Gadelha.
Yep. She put a beating on.
Yep.
Courtney. What's her name?
Courtney Casey. She won unanimous decision. 3 rounds unanimous decision. Thomas Almeida TKO by punches over Albert Morales. That was round 2.
Round 2.
Yeah.
Good to have Almeida back in the win column after that devastating loss to
Yair Rodriguez.
No. It was Cody Garbrandt.
No, Cody Garbrandt. I'm sorry.
Cody Garbrandt, yeah. They need to mix it up at the 135 division. What's the main event? Give me the main event. Ryan Darth Bader. Ryan
Darth Bader versus Little Nogueira.
Little Nog. which is pretty much a fucking wrestling clinic.
We both picked Bader.
Yeah, Bader.
Bader wins by TKO punch. Basically, it was like you said, it was a wrestling clinic for
Bader wins
almost
by
3 rounds.
Bader wins by assault because goddamn it, he put a beating on Lil Nog. I think they could have stopped that fight in the first round.
Some say aggravated sexual assault.
Shit, because he did mount the back, almost choked him out.
Yep. And then basically he round 3 comes. Bader still wrestling. Nogueira, Lil Nog's probably just tired as hell.
Yeah.
Gets taken down. He's in the guard.
He doesn't have his vitamins in him anymore.
Yeah, exactly. You can't take those supplements.
Yeah.
Those
Brazilian supplements.
Ryan Bader basically just takes him down round 3 and just starts dropping
Raining
bombs
shots.
on him.
Nasty.
Referee said, "Nah."
Nasty. And you know how tough Nogueira is. He's not gonna fucking quit. He's not gonna show any signs of give. But that was about the closest I've ever seen to Nogueira showing he was defeated. Man, he was out, dude. Like Ryan Bader was raining punches on him. It was bad, man. They should have stopped that fight at least like 4 times. It was crazy.
Oh, absolutely.
So
this is the most boring division right now in the
boring
UFC.
division. That was one of the most useless, pointless fights I've ever seen.
Most
like
predictable fights.
Yeah, why did you put Lil Nog in there with Ryan Bader, who's on like a 3-fight win streak, something like that? I don't know, man. And what makes me upset is if this was one card, everybody would have been. I would have been watching this card. Like, you know, I would have wanted to watch this card the next day, but they separated it up. Didn't make any sense. The first one was 199, one was 100.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, if you had all these people on, you're only gonna pay all the money to get these guys to fight.
No one's gonna watch your Fight Pass.
Yeah, no one's watching your Fight Pass. You didn't get any ratings out of that. No one's watching Sao Paulo. I mean, the Brazil card, Ryan Bader main event when there's Ward Golovkin going on. I mean, Ward Kovalev going on. Put that card together. Maybe you get some more views out of that. Think about that. Think about those 4 fights: Almeida, Claudia, Hall, Musasi, and
Bader and
Nogueira.
That would have been
that's
a hell
a fucking
of a
card.
Fox Sports.
That's a
card.
fucking card right there.
That's
Come
a great
on.
card.
That's a great fucking card.
So now, what's next for Ryan Bader?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know either.
And now, he's not.
He's a free agent now.
Is he really?
Yeah, for sure. He's about to go to
got
Bellator because he can't win the title. In the UFC.
He's not beating anyone in the top 5.
He can't.
Name off the top 5 right now for me, please, sir.
Well, you know what? You asked me to name off the top 5, and let me name off the top 5 for you.
Yes,
Daniel
sir.
Cormier.
He's not beating him ever.
Anthony Johnson.
He's not beating him ever.
Gustafson.
Maybe he has a chance. Maybe
Glover.
I don't think he beats Glover. I think he gets knocked
we
out
already
by
saw
Glover.
that.
Yeah, we did see that. Yeah.
That's it. Those are the guys. Those are the 4 guys that are in front of him. I don't think he could probably beat either one of them. Maybe a Gustafson that doesn't want to fight.
Who's the guy just knocked out over St. Preux?
I'm glad you said that because I think if they sign him again, which I don't think they are because I don't see him winning that title. If they sign him again, Ryan Bader needs to fight Jimmy Manoa.
Yeah, that's a great fight. That's a great fight. Or he fights over St. Preux, and that would be a wrestling boring match like the first one it was.
Yep, exactly. So that's a good fight.
I'm not mad at Ryan Bader going to Bellator. I'm not mad at
it either. It makes sense. It makes sense for him. And it just made there's nothing really going on.
It sucks because it sucks that it's drying up a division. It's already pretty much dried up. I mean, who are the people? There's like maybe 3 people in that division are relevant. Gustafson,
and then one of them's not even fighting John Jones.
Well, yeah, 4 making John Jones, but he's not going to be out until next summer. So
literally, this is a 2-man division to me. Really, it's John Jones versus Cormier.
Yeah,
and Anthony Rumble John's about to get whooped again. Anyway, I'm just saying.
Yeah. You think you picking?
So light heavyweight, we could see Phil Davis versus in Bellator. We could see Phil Davis versus Ryan Bader.
Yeah.
I think he goes, man. I really don't know what's really left for Ryan Bader in the UFC in that division because I don't think he's going to get the title.
Oh,
and to me, he's only going to be top 5 at all times because that division right now is so weak.
Yeah.
And only because he can't beat those top 2 guys.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 guys.
3.
You know?
I mean, he has trouble with all 4 of those guys in top 5.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's move it on to the motherfucking fight we want to talk about, which was this weekend HBO pay-per-view.
HBO
Andre Ward, pound for pound, number 1 versus number 2. Arguably, they're interchangeable. Andre Ward versus, well, not anymore. Andre Ward versus Sergey Kovalev for the WBA, WBO, and the IBF Super. No. Is it a light heavyweight championship? Yeah, 178. Oh boy, was it a good fight! First of all, we're gonna go. I'm gonna give the credentials. So, Kovalev dominated the light heavyweight division for years. Beat Daniel Boone. Beat Isaac Chilemba. Beat a crafty Bernard Hopkins. Running that division. That's why it was arguably top 1 and top 2 pound for pound. Undefeated, 30-0, 1 draw. Then you have Ward coming in, dominating the super middleweight division at 168, right? No, 168. 168.
What's it?
It was 160.
It's cruiserweight, isn't it? Is it cruiserweight? It is 168 pounds.
Yeah, I think that's that's super middle. His middleweight is super middle.
Okay.
Yeah. There's super middleweight.
Too many fucking
just way too many weights.
For sure. Get it in order.
Dominating, went also 29-0 or 30-0. Beating Daniel Boone. He got knocked down in that fight, came back. Beating what was that one guy he fought just recently that was at light heavyweight, but winning the Super 6 tournament, beating Chad Dawson, reigning dominant for years. Hasn't lost a fight since he was 12 in the amateurs. Impressive resume. Going up in weight to fight the badass of that division.
Now going up in weight, but honestly looked bigger.
I don't know.
So I wonder. He maybe there's bigger shoulders. But I wonder if he just cut more weight to get
at the amateur division. This is a surprising fun fact. When he went to the Olympics, he actually fought at the 178 division. So he won his gold medal at the 178. So he's been fighting. He's been fighting big guys for a while.
Right.
So this is nothing new to him, but this is a new weight division that he came up to finally after he moved from 168 to 178. So this was not a real big jump as in weight wise, but competition wise, he was fighting a fucking bad dude.
Oh, hell
his name was fucking Crusher Kovalev for God's sakes. So that being said, Mimo, what did you score the fight?
I scored the fight 6 rounds to 6.
6-6?
6-6. Now there was so let's just tell the people. Andre Ward won by unanimous decision. I think it was 114 to 113.
113.
So that means that they had it
7-5.
7-5.
Yeah.
Even with the knockdown.
Because with the knockdown, that would have made it
115, 113.
115, 113.
Yeah. So they scored it 7-5. I scored it 6-6. I had an even fight, but the knockdown because Kovalev knocked Ward down,
which made
in the second round, making it an 8 round. I had Kovalev winning by 114 to 113.
Yeah,
is what I had. I can't remember exactly what rounds I gave him, but I remember after the 4th, I had it 3-1 Kovalev at that point.
Yeah,
3-1.
I scored it, and I text you 7-5. The same score, 114 and 113 in favor of Ward. There were 2 rounds in that fight that you pointed out. First one off the top was number 3. Number 3 was up in the air. 3. That was right after the knockdown. That was right after the Kovalev knockdown of Ward in round 2. I think he did enough. Not only did he got up from the ground after one of the baddest dudes on the planet just knocked you down, but he came back and tactically won the. I wouldn't say it's hard to say won, but he did enough to show that hey, I'm still dominating this fight, right. Or I'm still in control of this fight.
Right.
He changed it up a little bit, used a jab, and so it's very hard to say Ward lost that round, and it's very hard to say Kovalev lost that round because he was still pretty active. But all that being said, I gave that round to Ward. So number 3 was the first round was very controversial. That could have went either way. If you would have gave the round to Kovalev, I could have definitely see it. If you gave it an award like I did, I could definitely see it too.
I had to give it to Kovalev because I do believe that as a challenger, you have to beat the champion for the round.
Yeah.
To me, Ward in either of those, couldn't do enough, but I split the difference. I gave him 1-1.
Yeah.
I thought, and I want to say, I think I did one. So first, second, and third round, Kovalev. Fourth round, Ward. I had it 3-1 after 4. And then, and then from there, it started kind of going back and forth a little bit. One would win. One of the biggest rounds I saw was 11. I think it was 11.
I think the other round that I gave that was very close was 10.
Maybe it was 10.
I think round 10 was very close to where I think Kovalev won that round, or Ward could have won that round. It's super close. I mean, we're talking about the difference of a jab or two. You know what I mean? Because after that, it was a very technical fight, man. It was not technical. It was a little nasty. They were wrestling inside, getting a little aggressive. What I liked about that was that the referee was letting it happen too. The referee wasn't breaking him up every 5 minutes, or the referee was doing exactly what he should have done and letting him fight.
That clinch work by Ward was
great. Clinch work by
great body work, dude. Inside that clinch.
Inside shots. I wanted to see more right hands from Ward on the inside, but the body shots were working. The jabs to set it up were working. He was trying to avoid the right hand that knocked him down the second round. So again, I gave the fight 7-5 Ward. I could have easily saw the fight going 7-5 Kovalev. Mm-hmm. So that's why I don't think this is a robbery. People are automatically, it's a robbery. Kovalev won. It's not a robbery, people.
I saw a meme today that said that had Chavez versus what's the dude
Whitaker?
What's the dude he knocked? Yeah, maybe it was Pernell Whitaker.
Yeah, they robbed him.
What's the guy that he knocked out in the 12th round with like 3 seconds left? Meldrick Taylor.
Dude.
And it said this was a robbery, and then it had Kovalev versus Ward. It said this was a close fight.
Yeah. I hate when people say it was a robbery, man, because it's not a robbery. A robbery is when a guy clearly won and then give it to the other guy. A robbery was honestly...
Oh, you're talking about Lamont Peterson versus Danny Garcia.
Exactly. That's a robbery.
You're talking about Maurice Herrera versus Danny
even
Garcia.
Before that fight, Maurice Hooker, who I fought in the amateurs, I met him in the amateurs. I thought he lost that fight, man.
You're talking about Canelo versus Floyd Mayweather. This is what we're talking about right now.
Whoa, easy, sir. Don't get crazy. I think that shouldn't have been a draw. That should have been for I forgot the Mexican guy's name, Diaz or Ortiz, whatever. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. That was a robbery. The other guy should have won. But this was not a robbery. This was a close fight that could have gone either way.
Right.
And just depending on what your bias is, if you like the aggressor, if you like the more counter punching boxing technique of it, it's not a robbery, people. It's a great fight, and I hate that people aren't recognizing it for being a great fight.
Right.
It was a great fight, and at that point when it's that good of a fight, it doesn't matter who wins. Because it's going to happen again. The rematch is going to happen, whether it be now.
The rematch should be an instant rematch.
There should be no waiting. But
there should be no politics in this one. We should get back together on this fight. There should be no other challengers in this fight. Yeah. This fight was too close to not have a decisive victor.
Yeah.
And I think both men deserve a rematch.
Yeah.
Ward deserves a rematch to make his case on why he won. And Kovalev deserves a rematch to make his case why he won. Now that being said, the only outcome to me that made sense in this one is somehow to literally give them a draw. That's how close of a fight it was. The only thing that makes sense was literally a draw. Let's do it again.
I don't know.
But obviously with the 1 point differential,
honestly,
I had a draw besides the knockdown.
The knockdown, which made the difference. Again, I preferred Kovalev to have won. You know what I mean? Because don't get me wrong, I was being a little biased. Not really. I try to stay unbiased, but honestly, I was. I wanted Ward to win, and I thought the right decision was made. But I could have easily saw Kovalev winning, and I would have been content with that, knowing that, hey, I know Kovalev would have been a man and said, yeah, Ward can get a rematch and tomorrow. Let's fucking do it. So that doesn't upset me. What upsets me is that people are saying it's a robbery, it's a bullshit, and people aren't going to tune into this fight because boxing is corrupt. All this bullshit coming up now, all this talking. So, it can be, but for that to happen, it's no corruption, man.
This is not
that was a great fight.
Now, the only thing that was kind of weird is not only do we have the Russian fighter coming to the United States to fight the American fighter.
Yeah.
We had 3 American judges.
Oh, here we go.
No.
Here we go.
What I do wish is that
this is Trump's America,
whenever they would do international fights like this, where you have these kind of fights.
They would have one international.
Well, no, that you would do kind of like FIFA does with their boxing or with their soccer. Is whenever they have, let's say, Mexico for the United States, fucking referees are like from Peru, from so and so. There's no bias.
Very unbiased. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because if you get people from Russia to judge this fight, they're gonna judge it on the way they prefer their fighters.
Yeah.
If
3 Russians would have judged this fight, it would have been literally 12-0. 12 rounds to nothing.
I mean, again, if you get a Mexican judges to judge a fight with a Mexican fighter and an American a tactical boxer, that Mexican style. They're gonna go for the Mexican style.
Absolutely,
every single time.
That's what I'm saying, though.
So
and the only other way to figure out who the best is literally to get a boat out, go out international waters. We'll get 3 pirates from Cambodia or something that don't know shit about fighting, and we'll just have the fight.
Say, who the fuck do you think won this fight?
36 minutes straight. We'll have the fight, and then we'll say who won.
Who won this fight?
You know?
Yeah.
So, but people do forget though whenever they're watching this. A lot of people look at the damage inflicted, and obviously I think Kovalev probably did the more apparent damage.
Yeah.
You could physically see the swelling and stuff like that with that Andre Ward was getting. Andre Ward did the more body damage.
Yeah.
But people forget that this is a fight of 36 minutes broken up into 12 parts.
Yeah.
There's 12 individual fights. Each round is a different fight. You have to win those rounds to win the war.
War, yeah. And that's what I kind of don't like either. I mean, what do you think? 1 round, 36 minutes. Boom.
and then after 36 minutes, if we still don't have a winner, they get to choose. They can either take their gloves off and we'll toss a broomstick in the middle, or we can just go old school kickboxer style and get those bitches in glass and then go at it from there.
Savagery.
I'm down.
Savagery.
I'm just thinking here, but I'm down.
Man, dude. Either way, I love the fight. It's a great fight. I think Ward.
To me, like I said last week, this right here, aside from the GGG versus Canelo, this right here was the best fight in boxing that could have been made.
And I'm sad that it's overlooked by people thinking it was a controversial decision.
Exactly.
I feel like past that. All my true boxing fans, look past that. Look past that shit. I know it's hard. Close fight. That your boy lost or whoever you thought lost. Look past that. Look that this fight was made at their prime, at both their primes. Not when someone was past their prime or whatever. Arguably past their prime. It happened now, and it's going to happen again. The rematches happen. Be excited for boxing.
Now, that being said, I think Julio Cesar Chavez needs to get the first crack. I'm not. The what? The first crack at the title. I think Julio Cesar Chavez.
Julio Cesar Chavez for sure, yeah. After he gets done smoking the ball.
There's the 175 division, though, in boxing is starting to look pretty good, though. Especially if Ward stays there.
I mean, you have our boy Stevenson.
Fuck that dude.
Talking for the. Come on, man.
I like him.
He's a fan.
I like him.
He's a fan of the podcast, dude.
He is. He
follows us on Instagram.
He does like our podcast. He's liked us our Instagram page.
Yeah. So
shout out to him for sure. Though, fight one of these guys.
Yeah, fight one of them or don't. I would love to see. I want to see a rematch immediately.
I want to see it.
Let's set it up for March. Let's do it.
One of the dudes that's been calling them out too, though, my boy Zurdo Ramirez from Mexico,
dude,
biggest Mexican there is in Mexico, all of Mexico,
literally the biggest Mexican ever.
100, dude. He's got shoulders like, what's his name? Michael Phelps. Like he's got wide shoulders. Stance. He still has to develop his boxing game a little bit and crisp
his
it up.
1-2s aren't as great as I would like them.
Right.
And he kind of gasses out too.
Yep.
For being a big boy, he kind of gasses out a little bit. I like seeing him a little bit more active. But he's getting over a broken right hand, I want to say. So we should see him in the ring.
He's a monster.
Yeah, we should see him back in the ring early next year. So keep a lookout for him. Yeah, man. So great night of boxing. Clarissa Shields, the two-time gold medalist for the women's division. She was also made her debut on that card. She won, I think, a decision. But so shout out to Clarissa Shields for representing U.S. and making a successful pro debut. But yeah, rematch Kovalev Ward, guys, get over it. Shit happens. Ward is our
Great
champion,
fight.
whether you like it or not. Just like Trump is our president, whether you like it or not.
Oh, whether you like it or not.
Bringing it all around.
Take it and like it.
Bringing it all around, son. All right, let's talk about this weekend.
Let's talk about this weekend.
You want to talk about UFC or you talking about boxing?
We'll preview, I guess, let's go for the boxing. We're in the boxing.
We do boxing.
Zone right now.
We're going to do great fucking fight on HBO, regular HBO. So if you have HBO, please check that out. We have Lomachenko, high-tech Lomachenko. Vasil, high-tech Lomachenko versus Nicholas, the Axeman Walters. Holy shit, this is a good fight. At the 126, I want to say.
The small ass man division.
The small man division.
Junior lightweight. You know you're small when you're a lightweight, but when you're a junior lightweight, you're small. You're small.
130. So he's going up. So Lomachenko's going up in weight.
So
Lomachenko got 6 fights. He was a two-time gold medalist in the Olympics for Ukraine. Ukraine. Dude's a goddamn savage, man.
It's ridiculous.
He's a stud too. Not bad. Not bad looking dude. Not a bad looking dude. Monster, dude. His boxing is so fucking crispy. The way he breaks down angles, the way he knocked out Rocky Martinez with that, like, fucking, I won't say looping, but angle uppercut that just knocked his shit back. Goddamn, Lomachenko's a goddamn beast. But the Axeman also a monster. Heavy hands. Definitely more power than Lomachenko overall. Knocked out Donito Donaire. I forgot who else he fought. He had a close decision against Jason Sosa. That I think he should have won that fight, but they made it a draw. So Nicholas Walters is heavy-handed, not a brawler. He can box, but he's also very heavy-handed. So he could run into some problems with. So Lomachenko could run some problems with his power. But I think Lomachenko outboxes him all day. I think it's gonna be a tough fight for him. Definitely won't be easy. But I got Lomachenko winning, 12th round unanimous decision.
Okay, I am gonna take also Lomachenko. My brain says Lomachenko by 12th round decision, but my heart's going for Nicholas Walters.
Oh, he's heavy-handed, man.
I know.
He's a dangerous man, and again, Lomachenko's going up in weight.
Yep.
So that could be a factor, or maybe it gets the Conor McGregor effect. He looks even fucking more incredible at a heavy division. So
never know.
People think that just because the guy is going up in weight that he's gonna lose an advantage, but they don't understand how devastating a weight cut can be. They can really diminish you, and those extra 5 pounds that you don't have to cut, or whatever pounds you don't have to cut, can really have a positive effect on your body overall. You know, you're more natural weight. You have natural speed, natural power, and nothing's gonna suffer from that. You know, especially that boxing still has the old custom of weighing in at 4 or 5 in the afternoon, as opposed to the UFC new style where they weigh in early in the morning.
Right.
And they have way more
all
time.
Day.
They have at least 8 or 9 more hours to rehydrate, as opposed to boxing where back in the late evening time weigh-ins with not so much time to rehydrate. So I think what Lomachenko needs to do to win this fight is keep it smart, keep him on the outside, pick his shots. If he gets the ropes, let his hands go. And then, boom, easy victory for Lomachenko. But either way, it's going to be a great fucking fight. I can't wait to see this. I'm going to definitely watch this fight.
I'm definitely going to watch this fight, too. So that pretty much wraps up all the
boxing talk.
All the boxing talk. In UFC, there is also a card this weekend. I'm not, for the whole card, I'm not really excited for the whole card. Looking at it, like I said, this is one of those where we wish they would have just added them onto one Fox Sports.
Yeah.
One card. This is also on Fox Sports, I believe, from Australia.
We got Daniela Taylor. She was from Bellator. I remember seeing her watching her fighting Bellator kickboxing. She's a savage. So keep a lookout for her. She's pretty good. But let's just talk about this main event. Yeah,
this main event, we got Robert Whittaker versus Derek Brunson. This is going to be in Australia, Melbourne, Australia. Robert Whittaker is from down under. He is from Australia.
Shit, dude.
So I think it's going to add more added pressure to Robert Whittaker. Obviously he's coming off a big win
versus
Uriah Hall by, I think, TKO in the second round or something like that over Uriah Hall. Derek Brunson. I want to say I called this fight, but I really did call this
He
fight.
really did call this fight.
That this was going to happen. What are your thoughts on this?
It's a good fight, man. Tough fight. I know Whitaker just came
This
off
is number 7 versus number 8, by the way. Robert Whitaker, number 7, Brunson, number 8.
Whitaker just coming off of 4-fight win streak. He beat Rafael Natal, beat Uriah Hall, beat Brad Tavares. Who else? I don't know who his last guy is, so I'm not gonna mention it. But TKO, Clint Hester. Impressive win coming up. Bronson, man. Bronson got the power, but so does Whitaker. Whitaker's strong. Good wrestling. I'm not quite sure. Bronson has strong wrestling. You know? I know he's heavy-handed.
Yeah, Brunson's really, really heavy-handed. I wouldn't necessarily say he has bad or great wrestling. To me, he does have about 50% takedowns that he does do, but to me, he's more of a striker to me.
Yeah, heavy-handed striker.
He's got speed, he's got power, he's explosive. But he is, he doesn't have a big success in takedowns.
Yeah.
He does have a few submission wins, but most of the fight he pretty much keeps it standing for the most part.
Yeah. So does Whitaker. Whitaker does use a lot of his takedown, utilize his takedowns, but he's also pretty good with his hands. Real strong guy. I mean, those guys from fucking New Zealand are cock diesel strong, man.
Yep.
Those guys are fucking savages. So I'm gonna take Robert Whitaker in this fight. I think the wrestling is gonna be a little bit better. His striking is gonna be enough to keep Bronson humbled, but I think the takedown is gonna be what's gonna make the difference in this fight. I want to say it's gonna end early, but I'm gonna go with third round decision, Whitaker.
It's a 5-round fight.
Is it really? I'll go
main event.
Oh shit, then it might end quickly then. I know both these guys are known to gassing out a little bit, so I'll still go 5th round decision.
Robert Whitaker?
Whitaker. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take Derek Brunson.
Oh.
And I'm going to take Derek Brunson by 3rd round TKO.
Ooh,
and I think that if he wins...
You've been on a roll lately, man.
I think if he wins in spectacular fashion,
yeah.
If not that, then sooner, and he doesn't take much punishment, we're going to see a match between him and Gegard Mousasi. I could see them matching him up because that would lead to somebody getting a crack at the top 5.
Gegard Mousasi, but I like to see Gegard Mousasi fight
Jacare. That's the fight I would like to see, but I can see the UFC making it. Because,
yeah.
You got to realize, too, that maybe Jacare doesn't want to take a risky fight.
Yeah, true.
That to a guy he's already lost to.
Yeah.
All
right. So let's move it on. We're all done with UFC Fight Night New Zealand. Mm-hmm. We're going to move on. We got some current events. This past weekend, the UFC, I want to say maybe UFC 99 card, Fight Night 99. Manny Gambarian announced his retirement.
Been in the game a long time.
Yeah, bantamweight and featherweight division. I remember watching the first time I saw this guy fight was when he fought. What was his name? Brown? Not Matt Brown. Smaller guy. What's his name?
Mike Brown.
Mike Brown in WEC for the featherweight championship, and he knocked Mike Brown out.
Yeah, he's got power, man.
And I was like, this guy's fucking power, looks strong. And then as soon as I called it, it was one of the first fights I saw at WEC. So that was a great fucking fight to see Manny in.
That was already on Matt Brown or Mike Brown's.
He was a champion.
Was he the champion?
He was a champion. Yeah, I think he had just beat Henderson. I think.
Mike Brown beat what's his name for the title? Uriah Faber.
Yeah, I think that was it.
He beat him. And then I remember I watched that fight.
That was his first defense. And then Gambarian said, "I'm gonna take the title real quick." Knocked the fuck out of him. So, and then that's when Aldo challenged him for the title. And Aldo beat the fuck out of Gambarian. It was fucking brutal fight, dude. He was kicking the shove. I think he TKO'd him in the second, something like that. It was nasty, man. Nasty fight. So, shout out to Manny Gambarian, man. Thank you for your for your fucking all your fights and representing WEC strong and keeping it going with the UFC.
Yeah.
So best of luck in retirement, brother. Up next, we got some fight announcements. We got Yair Rodriguez gonna take on BJ Penn in the featherweight division. What fight night is that for?
I don't know. Set? I think it's January 15th, whatever that is.
So early next year.
So
that's set. That's gonna be a fucking great fight.
That's a badass fight. I'm gonna take Yair Rodriguez.
Oh, for sure, taking it. So hopefully BJ Penn can make it, because how many times has BJ Penn was scheduled to fight but hasn't fucking finished it?
Just pretty much as many times as Kevin Gastelum has been scheduled to fight but cannot fight.
Can't make weight.
So great fight by the UFC putting that together. People have been waiting for the return of BJ Penn. It's fallen through time and time again.
Yep.
That we've been waiting for it. But now it looks like hopefully we can keep it together and keep going. And
for sure.
By the way, so I was reading online that it looks like GGG's fight with Daniel Jacobs may be happening in March of 2017.
Ooh.
Yes. So
March, that's still a while away. I would like to see that early February.
I mean, you're talking about it's not done yet. It's probably going to get done in December.
Probably sometime December will probably be finalized. So that's good, man. We need to see Triple G and Dan Jacobs in the ring as soon as possible. Let's make boxing great again. Boom.
Exactly.
I'm gonna trademark that. Let's do it.
Boxing great again.
Let's make boxing great again, people.
And it's gonna be a picture of Canelo.
The exact opposite. We're gonna build that wall around Canelo.
So we'll see. We'll see. That looks like it's gonna be a really, really awesome fight. Probably Triple G's biggest test. Will be the Daniel Jacobs, and honestly, I may put some money down on Daniel Jacobs.
Damn. All right, man.
So moving on from that, Kelvin Gastelum has received a 6-month suspension
for not making weight
from New York Commission. Their first time doing MMA, first suspension right off the bat.
They just said, "Fuck it,"
because
this is how we do things.
He skipped the 205 weigh-ins because I guess he was so fucking far off.
Yeah,
he just skipped the weigh-in. I guess he
said, "I'm not even going to show up." Dog.
Yeah, so he got a 6-month suspension. It'll honestly probably not be a bad thing for him because he could probably figure out what the hell he's trying to do here. Because obviously you can't make 170, but look, he comes in at a very, and I'm a big dude, but he comes in at a very pudgy 170. He's not
a fit 170. Like very struggled to make their 170.
And he's also, he'll post pictures and stuff like that of him eating like burritos and shit.
Like this is real Mexican cooking. Like, dude, you don't eat that. You don't eat that. Fat boy, you don't eat that shit, bro.
No.
You're a professional athlete.
I'm not fighting.
Nemo can eat that. He's not a professional fighter. I can eat that.
Fighter.
I'm not a professional fighter.
Yeah. Marco, eat that, Marco. Have those. He'll post.
I know I look like a professional fighter and I fight like a professional fighter, but I'm not one, and I can eat burritos and tacos.
Didn't fight like a professional fighter.
No, I for sure fight like one, and I can choke you out too, sir. And I can choke you out. So don't even test me, bro. You come at me, bro.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you can't grapple with me.
Come at me, bro. Well, I mean, it's kind of hard when you. I'll leave it at that, brother.
Can't choke out this fat dick.
All right, man.
Can't choke out this fat dick. I'm just.
So, what else we got? News? Anything current events, man?
No, man. It's been slightly, it's been kind of dead as far as news. We had a few events. I
know some PBC got a fight coming up December 10th.
Well, let's talk about. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I mean just PBC has a good fight coming up December 10th. J-Rock versus one of the Jamal brothers. I don't know which. I mean the Charlo brothers. I don't know which one honestly, but that's gonna be a great fight for in the welterweight division.
Yeah. So we mentioned it earlier. Fedor. Signing with Bellator. Fedor signed with Bellator. He's going to be facing Matt Mitrione, Bellator 172 in February in San Jose. So that's going to be a big
event card. Yeah. Oh,
it's gonna be interesting.
yeah, fucking Mitrione, man. He's deadly with his hands. But Fedor's always game with his hands, man. You know, he hurt what's his name? This last fight he had him rocked. Very controversial.
Maldonado,
I think didn't they make it a draw, but then they overturned it.
Something
surprisingly,
like that.
yeah.
Or no, they ended up giving it to Fedor, but they made it a draw.
Yeah,
or something like that happened. But it
some
was in
crazy
Russia.
shit. I don't know. Very controversial. The Russians don't give a shit. But Fedor's always game for a fight. Oh, speaking of Bellator, kind of related news: Lorenz Larkin at 175 has become a free agent. So I think he's in the cahoots to talking with some other organizations, and maybe Bellator can snatch him up too. So he's a 170. You know, I think he beat Kevin Gastelum. He beat put a good number on Leo Magny, who top 10 welterweight. So Lorenz Larkin, he's a good dude to have. Beat George Masvidal.
Mm-hmm.
So again, good 170 pound to have on your roster. So if I was Bellator, I would definitely make an outreach for him.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, it's a good find for Bellator to try to get someone like him. It's a good thing to the UFC to try to keep him because he's definitely still young, still has a lot of potential, and he's only kind of tapping into it.
Yeah, savage. That's it, brother. Is that it?
That's it, man.
Let's wrap this motherfucker up.
That's it.
Guys, thank y'all for listening. Shout out to Vinny P, always representing. Everyone have a good Thanksgiving. This is Monday, so Thursday, have a good Thanksgiving with all your family.
Yep. For sure, play this podcast while you're at the dinner table.
Yeah,
so
play the podcast while your family, because your fucking stupid ass dad needs to hear about this shit.
Hell yeah.
Stop talking shit about fucking Andre Ward, you racist bastard.
So follow us on Instagram, the Beatdown Podcast.
Facebook,
Beatdown Podcast.
Beatdown Podcast. We're gonna change some shit up next week. Do what we gotta do. Appreciate you always watching. Shout out to my boy Big Money Crayon, always watching the podcast and always even his propaganda comments. We appreciate you, dog. And that's it, brother. We out this motherfucker.
Yep.
SOG in the house, dog. Let's go.
Go eat some turkey.
Gay Jesus.